Welcome to Seasparkles Corner. Well, I decided this morning I couldn't wait any longer. I'm so excited. I'm gonna postpone doing that last window for a bit because I'm going to work on this corner. And I can hardly wait to do it. Okay, let me show you what we've got here. We have Pro 898 heavy duty cleaner wallpaper adhesive. Okay. We are going to start with the bottom. This is the bottom, one of them. This is going to go down here. I'm going to put the lower part on first because what's the point in putting up wallpaper that we're just going to put this over. Okay. I got a wallpaper kit. This is supposed to have everything you need in it to wallpaper. I got a pair of scissors and I have wallpaper. I pulled out 3 of them. How I'm going to do it, I'm going to start from the corner and go out this way. Okay. And you need a pair of scissors to open the package as well. Alright. Now, I still, believe it or not, I haven't decided about everything to do in this room. I'm a little insecure about this. I got the corner pieces for here. I bought them yesterday. But then I said to myself, I didn't buy them already colored. I didn't buy them that you couldn't recolor. There's 2 types. You can recolor and you can't recolor. I bought the ones you could recolor, but I don't know how I'm gonna color those corners in. I think I might do it red to match the doors. That's what I'm kind of leaning toward, but I'm not sure. Okay, that is all the stuff that I need. Alright, first part, what I've already done. Okay, these were on the wall over here, over all the electrical sockets and the screws. I took them off with using a screwdriver, so you need a flathead screwdriver. So you remove all of these before you start. And before you put them back, you clean them. But I haven't decided if I'm going to change those colors or not. I don't know if you can recolor sockets or not. But when I put one up, I'll see what it looks like. I might have to go to Lowe's and see if, or Amazon and see if they offer another color. I don't think they do. But if they do, I might decide to I might leave them white. I don't know. When you're redoing a room, there's just so many decisions you've got to make, and whatever you decide, you have to live with forever and ever and ever. Okay. Let's open the package. Alright, on the package I bought is not a Ziploc. Okay, so what I suggest is when you're done this, so if you decide to wallpaper another room, like I'm going to be wallpapering my closet next, is that you get a gallon jug, Ziploc, and put everything you need for wallpapering, keep it in there, or get a container with a lid on it so you keep it all together, because this you cannot reseal once you cut it. Okay, so that's a tip and hint, and keep it all together. Okay, let me take where I have a cat who would play with this. Let me immediately throw this out. The dog wouldn't, but Joni will play with anything. So I'm gonna put this away into safety. Okay. Now, that, I know they always recommend plastic bags you throw away or you put in safety for the sake of children. I like to add for the sake of pets as well, because they're kind of like, to me, they're kind of like babies that never grow up. And I would feel terrible if something ever happened to her. Plus, believe it or not, Joni is allergic to certain kind of plastics. So like, because she had a little rash on her once, and I had to take her to the vet, and believe it or not, it was an allergy to certain type of plastics. Can you believe it? Pets can be allergic to plastic. Oh, also, get yourself a container of water and a sponge to remove any excess glue, or a shirt that you want to get rid of, that you just want to throw out after. Like I'm going to do, because I forgot I didn't get a sponge, but I said I'm just going to get a shirt I can no longer fit, because since I've lost, 150 pounds. I've been throwing out a lot of clothes, and I've still got 25 to go. I'm going to do a health video on it eventually. All right. Okay, ta-da, I just opened up the package, and this is the first one. This has peel and stick on it, but that's going to be for added adhesive. So what we're going to do is we're going to start right here. Now, I've already cleaned the wall, see? Spotless clean. Clean the wall. What I did where this is wood paneling, okay, where I'm going to be putting stuff that's going to be permanently going over wood paneling, you need to have extra adhesive on it. And so that's just kind of what you do. Well, this first video is just all the prep. Now to show with you, I wanted to put, see, this is the screws, and this is this. So I just kind of put all this stuff over here in a safe position. Let me make sure I've repositioned this correctly. Okay. This is part one, which I talk about materials and prepping the area. In part two, we're going to start doing the actual work. So this is the end of part one, and stay with us as we work on, I'm starting on this corner. Okay, love y'all. I can't thank you all enough to be there with me and to encourage me, and I couldn't have done this room remodel as the first part of our 10th anniversary, and an umbrella dance for the 10th anniversary episode is coming. I've got to just spend all that, but all my brain work and everything has been going on to this major remodel of my bedroom, and all these decisions that you have to make and live with. But I just can't thank all of you enough for being here with me and encourage me. I couldn't have done this without you. I honestly couldn't have. Because your support, emotional support, knowing that you're with me every step of the way, I can't thank you enough, and how much I appreciate it, and how much I couldn't have done this without all of you. It's so many decisions I've got to speak with. I'm telling you, I love how this is going, And I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see what the finished project is going to look like. But I am going to say this. I'm not going to do the floor, which I have the stuff to do the floor, and you're going to be right there with me, until every inch of the room is done. As you know, the ceiling is done, the crown molding is done. We have the beautiful ceiling fan up with the lights, and I'm so glad. When I redid this room many years ago, I should have put a ceiling fan up, then I wouldn't have had to redo it. I don't know, as time goes by and you change your mind on decisions, sometimes I'm going to sit here and ask myself, why didn't I put that up there in the first place? Maybe it didn't exist when I did this room all them years ago. And when I did this room after I moved in, I don't think I had a YouTube channel. But it might be up there, I don't know. I would have to go back and look. But I'm correcting all the mistakes I made initially in this room. Or else it's just my tastes have changed. Because I want this room bright and cheery. And that's what I'm trying to do. And for a while though, woodworking, wood paneling was the style. But now it's not, and my tastes have changed over the years. I think we all change over the years. Hey, I thank you for letting me share my thoughts and feelings with all of you. But I could never do this without your help. To attempt such a massive rethink. But as the 10th anniversary, 10 years on YouTube, something special should be done, and this, what's more special than starting to totally redo my bedroom? I am going to get back on the kitchen and finish that. It's about 90% done. But, like I said, again, you have to make, there's so many decisions you have to make. And you don't want to make any mistakes, so at least I have to think about it. So I don't make a quick decision, because I've learned in my life, at least my opinion for myself I'm only talking about, I don't want to do a decision that I'm going to regret 10 years down the road, or 20 years down the road, or later, or even a week down the road, saying, oh, I should have done it differently and have to redo it. So, my color scheme for my bedroom, as you know, is red and pink and gold. So, I'm trying to stick to that color scheme to the best of my ability, and black. Because there's certain things you can't get black, any other color than black. Okay, let's talk about, we're still talking about the prep of this corner. This corner right here, I'm going to be putting my TV on, so I'm going to be putting the corner thing up here. That's one thing that I took me for weeks and weeks, ever since I started this, I've been thinking about that. Because I have 2 windows in this room. And I've had, where I got my current TV, I have a problem with sun glare. So, I like to open the windows. I have chronic sinusitis. I have bad allergies. I think 90% of our species does. Even Ren has. Believe it or not, my dog, the vet has him on allergy pills. He doesn't have asthma, but he has allergies. So he has to take an allergy pill every day. And so I'm under the firm believer on this planet, if you got a nose, you got allergies. Since we all have noses, we have allergies. So, I like to have the door open, and sometimes Joni will sit in the window and like to look out it. And I've literally had to replace my screen on my window. One of my windows once, she clawed it to have holes in it. So now when I see her doing that, I pick her up and move her, and I say, don't claw the screen. So, Ren is a dog, so we can take him to the bed and get his nails trimmed. I used to try to trim him myself. I had the idea that if I trimmed him myself, it would make him feel better, more comfortable knowing it was me. And then I had my son try to trim him once, and I had Doris try to trim him. But we all love him so much. We're so afraid where he has dark, you know, nails on his are black. We're afraid we might accidentally snip a blood vessel and have to put the white stuff on it. So when he needs his nails trimmed and I have to pick up something at the vet, I just schedule an appointment and get his nails trimmed. And they take him in the back because I can't watch him do them. I'm far too sensitive. I don't want to see him get hurt. I think all pet parents are like that. But I'm getting off the subject. We're talking about this room. So, I'm going to prep and pull this over to this side. Tip and hint, if you've got a cane or a grabber and you can't reach to put something there, so if you put it up there and push the drape to the other side, if you have never drape and you want to move them, or window drapes and you want to just don't feel like climbing up on something and you want to clean your windows or whatever, use a cane or your grabber. I have 3 of them. Oh, let me explain why I have 3. I only bought 1, but 2 was given to me as gifts. Before I started my YouTube channel, I was asked by the mayor if I could help raise money for kids' uniforms. And the ironic part of it is that we all voted on the lottery and that money was supposed to go to the school, yet they were still complaining the school needed money. So that I thought was strange. Okay. And I was still paying taxes for that was going to the school as well. Well, I had kids in school, but my kids went to private school, not public. No disrespect intended, I just felt better that way. Well, I was thinking I wanted to raise money for these kids. And I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I fell down the stairs in my own home, out front. And I didn't know it at the time, but I had broke my ankle. So I said I still wanted to raise money for these kids. I had the smart card then. I might have done that on the video. I know the story's not up here. And so there was nothing that was going to stop me from helping to raise money for the kids. So I decided to let people donate, not charge. This was donate, and I put a pot there with donate kids for the school uniforms and let them donate $1, and then they could take a picture of my car or a picture of me with the car, whichever they preferred. So I did that, and my kids went with me. I drove back and forth because I had the smart car, could only take 2 people. That's one of the reasons why I decided to finally give it up, although I love the smart car. It's good for short hops and 1 extra people, but where I had kids at the time, my husband had already passed on and went before me. I was already missing him, but we're going to keep positive. So when enough money was raised, and I brought other smart car owners with us, and I asked the other clubs too, to come and help me to raise money. And we did raise money for how much money the school needed in the uniforms. So after we had enough, I never told anybody what happened. I'm sharing this with you for the first time, until after the fact. So I drove myself to the Lake City VA. I got there about 1 in the morning because I wanted to make sure everything was okay at home. And so I went there, and they took x-rays, said my ankle was broken, and they put a cast on it, and scheduled me an appointment for Gainesville the next day. And they said that the Lake City people had set my ankle wrong. So they had to re-break my ankle and set it. And they put me on a cast, and they gave me a walking boot for day and night. And I contacted other members of the church, and they got me a pot by my bed, and I had to put my ankle above my bed. And I don't even want to think about that. I absolutely hated it. To have to be in bed, oh, it was awful. And not be able to get out. But the VA also gave me a wheelchair and crutches and a walker to make sure I had whatever I needed for that point, because I have a very narrow thing, so I had to use the walker to go into the restroom. And so I don't want to get onto everything what I've done, but moral of the story is, no matter how much you want to do, no matter how much you want to help somebody, pay attention when you're going up and down steps. It's so careful. But that was just a little bit of history of the YouTube channel. And so I didn't cover what I went through with my ankle, because I don't like to keep negative things. But I was glad I could help raise money for those kids. But that's life. It's all in the past. Anyway, getting back onto this. When you go back on the past 10 years of my channel, there's going to be, in my mind, a little bit of nostalgia. As much as it was, all the people showed, the friends in my family and my church shows how much they care and love me, and that gives me a good feeling. So, and I'm a lot more careful going up and down the stairs. Oh, that was so careless of me. All I was thinking of wanting to help them kids, and nothing could stop me from it. But nobody is perfect. And, nothing was going to stop me. I was kind of hosting that event, so there you go. Anyway, we all had good meals at Hardee's. Oh, the food is so good there. They have good, I haven't eaten anything there that I don't like. But hey, most of the restaurants are good.